In this video we are going to be looking over this Canon SureShot 130U, or is it Mu? I'm just going to say 130U. It's a small point and shoot 35mm film camera, and this one has some nice features, and I just wanted to go through a little demo here to hopefully put this camera through all of the tests that you would want to do if you had it in your own hands and were assessing its condition. So before we get started, I'll just bring out a scrap roll of film and a Type C R2 battery. These are not included in the sale, but they're just here for our testing purposes. So in order to do anything with this camera, it needs to have a good battery, and we do that by opening the battery compartment right here. Push that forward, and then this little door flips open, and it shows that it takes a Type C R2 battery with the bump facing down. So that is what we have here. Okay, that's seated in there right and closed. So now we have the camera has come to life here on the back. And I thought I'd demonstrate this, the little date feature on here. This camera, it's not real intuitive how it works, but if we push on the buttons back here that are normally for the zoom, actually first you have to do mode and then bring up the date. Okay, so now it comes up as the 1st of January 2002. That's what that means. And so then we can push this to advance the date up, and of course we can get to the year 2021, but they built a lot of time into this calendar because this camera will keep track of the correct date all the way up through the year 2049, and then it goes back to 02. So we can set this quickly, and I'll just demonstrate how you do this. Get that up to 21, and then you push this other button to toggle over to the month, and then go up to 9, push this button here again, go over to the date, and so if we say it's the 13th, and then you get to set the clock, and it's a little afternoon, so I'm going to say it's about 2:01, just to put something in. So now if we put in this mode, we can we've got that all entered. Let's turn the camera on, and so now it comes up with these other things here, the flash and the little thing that the pre-flash for making sure you don't have red eyes in the pictures if you want that. But now if we push the mode and then up to the date, then you can toggle through with these buttons here, whether you want all dashes, or you want the date, or you want it formatted like that, or just the time. So anyway, September 13th, 2021. Now let's load some film in the camera. We do that by just opening the latch here by pushing down. Door swings open. We can see inside some pretty nice optics here, it looks like, in the lens here on the inside. Everything looks really good in here. This camera does not appear to use any foam light seals, and everything is designed to just everything just fits together so that light can't get through. So that's really nice. There's no foam to worry about. The only foam I see is around this window, and that's just so you can see that there's a roll of film in the camera. So let's load this scrap roll of film. We just get the leader out here into the take-up area and make sure it's going straight there, and close the door. And we hear the motor winding, and now it's set for picture number 1. And now what I'm going to do is set this flash so that it is forced flash, so we will for sure see a flash. And you certainly saw that flash. Now I'm going to set this for flash with that little light that makes the pupils go small so you don't get red eye. And so now when I push it, that light comes on first and then the flash when it takes the picture. So for the rest of the pictures, now that we've demonstrated that works, I'm going to shut the flash off so we don't unnecessarily use battery power and things here. But we can test the self timer, and we set that by pushing this little button right here. See, the little timer icon shows up there. So now I can just point this here at us and push the shutter button, and we see this light blinking as an indicator that the camera is counting down, and we'll watch it finish its cycle. So that worked well. Now I'm going to change that again. I'm going to hit that again so that the timer is off. Let's look at the zooming of the lens here. Wow, that really goes way out there. Look at that. And then I zoom back in. So that all works, and I did verify that the viewfinder zooms with the lens as well. Okay, well that's most of what I really wanted to show here. So what I'm going to do is just pop off the rest of these pictures, and maybe I should try making it really dim in here and see if the shutter sounds slower. And it certainly did. I could hear that. We'll turn the lights back on, and we just do one more. I think that's about it. It shows picture number 7. That's about the end of this roll, because it's a very short roll. Okay, now it reached the end, and now we see it winding back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it'll go a little bit past that to make sure it gets all of it wound into the housing. Now the little film icon is blinking, which means it's safe to open up the back here, and the film is all wound back into the cassette. So everything about this camera seemed to work just as I expected. I did verify that this little wheel here allows me to set the focus in the viewfinder so that it matched the condition of my eye, and that would vary from one person to another. And I think you can also use it if you wear glasses, if you want to set it for how it looks with your glasses on or with your glasses off, depending on your preference. Cosmetically, this camera is in quite nice condition. I don't see any major scuffs or scratches. I mean, it's used, but it's certainly not abused. And it's actually quite nice. So before I end the video, I'm just going to open this up and take the battery back out, since that's not included, and then push that door back shut. And you can look and see it has a nice strap with it. So, fairly nice example of the Canon SureShot 130U.